TechKingGames once again, and today we're taking a look at a cool new device that I've created, and this is a new spawn egg. It's called House. Okay, fine, I'm just kidding. It's something I used redstone command blocks to create, but it uses a squid spawn egg. So, yeah. So let's imagine for a second we're in the middle of nowhere. There's no sign of civilization anywhere. And no sign of civilization anywhere. And it is nighttime. And not only that, but mobs are about to start spawning because it's totally not in peaceful mode. So we need a house, and we need it fast so we can sleep through the night. Well, good thing we got our Insta house. Go ahead and right click on the ground here, and we'll see that the house will form right around us. And we are all good to go. We can go ahead and take a nap. Hopefully get rid of those nasty mobs. Alright, so it's the next morning, and let's take a look around our new house. We got some nice amenities, some already stocked furnaces, crafting tables. We got some basic stuff in a chest. We got an anvil. We got an ender chest. I don't need a sword here because there might be some mobs outside. Well, anyway, you'll see we've got our house here. And, yeah, just a very small little house. See, we need this. We can fight off these mobs. Wah-ya, ya-ya-ya, ha-ya. Ya, ha-ya. Yeah, oh, look, he dropped a potato. Eat that. Alright, and we can go ahead and we can close up our house by, clicking that button. We get another house egg back, and we are ready to go. See, it has some nice little effects when it spawns in. And, yeah. When it go ahead, it'll disappear, and we'll get our new house egg back. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at how this works. Alright, now let's take a look at how this works. All it is this section right here. And basically, the whole principle this bases off is a squid spawn egg, as you might have been able to tell. It's been renamed to House using an anvil, although that's fairly simple. Basically, what this does is when we spawn it in, it'll have the name House above it for just a couple of seconds until it turns invisible. This means that our test 4 command block can look for a squid whose name is House. So, we have a clock here that is going to be searching for a squid named House every 2 ticks or so. When it finds one, it's going to run this command right here, which is basically this command. Although, the problem is, if we do it just right above, this activator row will break. This means we have to change the command just a bit and actually spawn it 3 blocks above, so it has time to fall and properly get rid of the, or not get rid of, but land this activator rail. Once we do this, this means that this command can run constantly, which this command is actually running a clone, which is going to clone this 2 blocks underneath this, getting rid of these 2 blocks right here, and cloning it in this direction. Although I didn't complete this command right here, so that it didn't actually clone anything. But this version, you can see that it actually does have the proper cloning command, which is going to clone this area right here, which is the house, 2 blocks below it, getting rid of the redstone block and the activator rail. While this is happening, we're also TPing the squid 2 blocks above, because, as I said, the thing will not land properly if we don't TP it above, so we have to TP the squid up first, so that when we do TP it to it here, it'll actually have enough room to fall. This is just going to affect the squid with invisibility potion, so that he's invisible and you don't see him for too much longer. This is also going to TP the FallingSand entities 2 blocks higher, which is going to be this one right here. This is considered a FallingSand entity, which will TP it 2 up, which will also TP up this and this along with it. Although the MinecartCommandBlock is not considered a FallingSand entity. After 12 ticks, which is about much time as it takes for it to TP over here, settle down, and then clone it, after about 12 ticks, it'll kill the MinecartCommandBlock named House, which is part of this command right here. You guys can see CustomName, House, and you guys can see that it kills the squid named House, so that he is no longer there. Unfortunately, he does drop his ink sacs. Alright, the only other part to it is the fact that we have a play sound command playing the Enderman portal for every player about every 2 ticks, as well as a huge explosion using the new /particle command. Also, you'll want to notice that inside of this house, there is 2 other command blocks, which is going to be powered by this button. It'll first give you a spawn egg named House so that you can spawn it in again, and then it'll fill the area of the house using relative command blocks with air, which will delete the house for you. Alright, let's take a look at another version of this. Alright, this version is a little bit smaller and works on the same principles. All it does is spawn in a beacon. you'll see that this one is named Beacon, which means that the squid's going to have an entirely different name, meaning we can always use a squid. So, you'll see when we spawn it in here, we'll get some different particle effects, and it'll spawn in quite a bit faster, actually, in my opinion. It works the same way, although all this time we're looking and doing stuff with a squid named Beacon, which means that we can actually spawn in the house and the beacon at the exact same time without any issues. It's all the exact same commands. The only difference is this clone command within this command block is actually going to be cloning this area, and it's going to be basically doing everything else the same. Also, this particle is a little bit different, and remember that we're looking for a squid named Beacon. As I said, this command will be in the description box once again. Alright, let's take a look at one more version. It's a little bit different of the way it works, but it's pretty cool in my opinion. Alright, this is another version of my design for portable buildings, I guess. This is once again a beacon, although you might notice there's a few more command blocks. This does a bit different of a job by spawning it in pretty nicely, slowly one at a time. So, let's take a look at how this works. Once again, we're testing for a squid named Beacon. I didn't have to call it Beacon, although I decided to, which means that those both cannot be running at the same time, otherwise we get both spawned in. Once it does find a squid named Beacon, what it's going to do is spawn in a FallingSand entity with a TileID of 41, which will make it look like gold. It'll spawn it in with a bit of motion so it pops up a little bit. It'll then go ahead and TP the entity within 3 blocks to the squid named Beacon. And then from there, while it's still in the air, it's going to TP it 1 block over, or in this case, 1 block another way, 1 block over. See, these are going to be changed, and this one's going to go ahead and just affect him with the invisibility potion so you don't see him. So basically, the only thing that changes between each of these little sections is just where it's TP. Oh, okay. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah. All it's doing is checking and changing the area in which it's spawned in. A few ticks between them so that they don't get confused. And yeah, the only difference is this one here is spawning in the beacon, and then this one is spawning in the last gold, and then this one is going to kill the squid. Once again, we have another one of these clocks right here, which is just basically going to play that sound and particle effect so that it gives you a cool little thing to look at. We can watch these spawn in right here. You'll see that they get spawned in and then TP'd away almost instantly over to here. If you look closely, you won't actually be able to tell that these are being TP'd over from here because it's happening almost instantly, although it actually does happen. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like and a comment, and subscribe if you really enjoyed it, and you guys can find the download for this world in the description box if you guys want to take a closer look for yourselves. Alright, goodbye.